To be honest, I was a little late to the air frying game. I'm not huge on food trends, and there were so many companies making air fryers. Like, I was being hit up every single week by a new company pitching an air fryer that it kind of repelled me a bit. I figured it was just another food appliance that you probably didn't need in your kitchen. But when I was building out this kitchen studio and I was super busy, by necessity, I just started using an air fryer because it makes food really quickly. And the cleanup is really easy as well. And it turns out these things are pretty awesome. They produce really good results, but I just made the standard stuff like, sweet potato fries and vegetables. I never really got to experiment, so that's what this video is about. We're gonna put this air fryer to the ultimate test and really see what's possible to make in an air fryer. So if you don't know what an air fryer is, it's pretty simple. You've got this little chamber here and it heats up air really hot and circulates it around cooking your food. So it works really similar to a convection oven, but the big difference is you have this small chamber here, so it's gonna cook your food a lot faster because everything is nice and contained and the heat is just swirling around in this smaller area. Although it's called an air fryer, you're not actually frying things. You're not submerging them in oil, but you can get a really nice crispiness to your food. But there's other things you can do. You can bake in here. Really anything you can do in your oven, you can do in here, and we're gonna be putting all of those to the test today. So let's get into it. So I've got some chicken wings here that I already butchered up, and I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of salt, some black pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and some baking soda. That's a tip I'm stealing from Chef John for oven-baked chicken wings. The baking soda dries out the skin a bit, it makes it nice and crispy, and I thought it would work really well for the air fryer. While those wings are marinating, I'm gonna make a quick little Korean style sauce. I add some soy sauce to a jar with a little bit of sesame oil, some honey, a little bit of rice vinegar, and some gochujang, a fermented chili paste, and just give that a shake up for a simple sauce.
I have no idea how this is gonna go, but we're gonna dump these in here. Quick spray just to coat. 350 to start them off at 15 minutes, and we'll see what that does. All right, it's been 15 minutes. Very interested in what we have. Ooh, okay. Okay, something's going on. We definitely want to flip them. So we'll flip these, and then we'll give them another 15 minutes at 350. Crispy, sounds crispy. Pour on that sauce, the gochujang. Just like a quick little Korean dressing.
I went Korean wings because I just had these the other day. I've just been thinking about them ever since. The head shake, that's insane. Oh my God. I think for a quick chicken wing, that's insane. The sauce is good.
No, for a good chicken wing.
For a good chicken wing. For just a good chicken wing, we gotta get over the quick thing, you're right. For the beef jerky, I've got a nice flank steak here, but you can use any steak cut you want. And I just cut it into little strips, and I cut against the grain so it would be a little more tender once it was finished. So in a bowl, I added some soy sauce, a little bit of brown sugar, some smoked paprika, a little bit of salt, some ground ginger, some cinnamon, and a little bit of chili flakes. I whisked that up and added my meat strips, and I just let that sit in the fridge and marinate overnight, which is optional, but you're gonna get much more flavor that way.
Here is the beef that we marinated overnight. We're going straight off, not the actual recipe, but we're gonna follow the instructions, which says 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is much lower temp for 30 minutes. All right, so this just finished. Let's see what we got here.
So it looks really good, but it's definitely not, like, it's juicy. It tastes good, but it's not dehydrated.
And it needs longer time.
Yeah, I think probably double what it said. Maybe another 30 minutes. Yeah, here we go.
You know, I wouldn't say this is beef jerky. It's somewhere like in between the two worlds of just cooked beef. It's still a little juicy.
I mean, if you wanted beef jerky, you slice it like super thin. And you'll be fine.
That's true.
Kind of like this guy.
Oh yeah.
And you'll be fine.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so if you want it in 30 minutes, no, what was that, an hour?
An hour.
An hour. If you want beef jerky in an hour, just slice it super thin.
This has got some meat to it, but I like it.
I like it better.
Flavor's
than beef jerky.
good. You like it better than beef jerky.
I don't like beef jerky when it's like stringy and gross.
Yeah, it's true. There's something about having a little
It's, like,
texture, a little
meaty.
juice. All right, you heard it here. She likes it better than beef jerky. I really like it. Incredible stuff. For an hour. For the Patatas Bravas, I have a few medium-sized potatoes here, and I just cut those up into little cubes and let those soak in water for about 30 minutes, which is gonna remove some of the starch that could potentially burn when you put it in the air fryer. Once they've soaked, you can drain them off on a towel to make sure they're nice and dry, and I just added a little bit of grapeseed oil and salt. One of my favorite parts about the air fryer is you don't need too much oil to get a really crispy result.
So for this, it says for fries, 360 for 18 to 30 minutes. What I'm gonna do is go against the grain here. I'm gonna set it for 350 for about 15 minutes and kind of do like a twice fry method, and then jack it up to maybe 380 and get them super crispy. All right, we're frying. All right, so 15 minutes on the potatoes. Oh, yeah, not bad. Why don't you give them a shake? The shake is super important. Get aggressive. But the idea is we'll let them sit, come down to temperature a little bit, then we'll jack this up and throw them back to get extra crispy. All right, so we're at 380. I actually took these out so this could preheat a little bit. Now we're going in. Let's do 10 minutes and see what that does. That should get them crispy. All right, so we're pretty much right on time with this. Look at the crisp. I'm fine with that right there. I'm gonna pull it. Oh, we got one. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, give it a taste, Alex.
Do you think that could be crispier?
They can be a little bit crispier.
A little bit.
Yeah, but we only put them in for 20 minutes.
Okay, so 10 more minutes, potentially? No, 5 more minutes. But not a bad way to cook potatoes, for sure.
These
Approved.
are better than diner fries. Like, I've had some shitty diner fries.
Yeah.
These are good.
Well, I hope I can do better than shitty diner fries, Alex. For the apple pie, I want to create a pre-cooked filling. So I'm going to add some butter to a pan and then add some cubed apples. I'm using 2 medium-sized apples for this. Cook that down to soften the apples for about 5 minutes on a medium-low heat. Then I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon, some brown sugar, some flour, and give everything a stir. Now just add a little bit of water and continue to stir that on a medium-low heat. And the flour is going to thicken up the water and combine with all the other ingredients to create a really nice sauce. Now I've got some pre-made pie dough here, and I'm just going to cut it into 6 even pieces and just scoop some apple filling right into the center, pop over that other piece of dough, and crimp the edges.
The bottom here, and then we've got our beautiful little apple pies. We're going to try to get all 3 of them in there. The idea came from this little recipe book. These things are good for something, and it says 320 for 30 minutes. We're going to follow that. So a little lower and slower this time, and we're off. Whoa. Okay, we're definitely not going to need 30 minutes. This is it's been 10 minutes at 320, and those are already brown. So we're gonna turn it down. What do you think?
Yeah.
Turn it down to what?
Yeah. It's at 320.
Yeah.
Try 300.
300 and maybe 10 more minutes?
10 is a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll give it like...
Actually, yeah, those are pretty damn...
Done.
Wow. Those are done. All right, Here we go. Wow. That's just as good as an oven, maybe better. Look at the bubble.
Wow. Holy shit. That is incredible. That might be the best one. Wings and this. Oh my God. It's like the greatest Pop-Tart ever invented right there. Wow. For the buns, I decided to use a milk bread dough, and I'm actually stealing the recipe from my Wagyu Katsu video. You can click the link above to get that recipe. And once your dough is all kneaded and looking nice and smooth, I'm gonna let that proof in the refrigerator overnight so my buns will be ready to go in the morning. Once your dough is proofed, I weighed out my dough and divided that weight by 12 to get 12 equal sized buns. And then I rolled those into little balls and cut up some parchment paper to fit nicely into the air fryer, and then popped in all of the dough balls and let those proof for another hour. So check those out. We've let them proof for about just over an hour, and they've filled that out really nicely. So Alex is just gonna egg wash. That's some egg wash and a little bit of milk for some nice color. And then we'll hit it with, I think, some sesame seeds. The big question is, what temperature are we gonna cook these at? Because these apple pies, they suggested 320 and they browned really fast. But I don't think these will cook as fast, so I might turn it down to 300 or 310. 310 at 9 minutes.
All right, here we go. 10 minutes. Whoa! Oh my God, okay. I was a little concerned about this. Yeah, this machine just browns so well. Look at the color on that. Insane. So I really want to turn it down. I doubt that these are cooked through, but the browning is pretty much perfect. So I'm gonna turn it down to like 250.
Beautiful buns, right in the air fryer. Wow. That's fall.
They're like Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah. It's kind of what I was going for, but I just used the recipe for the milk bread. But that is like very similar to a Hawaiian roll. For the broccoli, I cut up my florets and I added a little bit of grapeseed oil, sprinkled in some salt, gave that a nice toss, and then threw that into the air fryer.
So what I'm gonna do is put these in now, set it for 350, like 8 minutes, and then we'll take it out and we'll add some Parmesan, just at the end. Ooh, nice. So we're just gonna add some Parmesan to that and throw it back in there. Grate it in. That's good. Throw it back in. Let's jack it up to 370 for 4 minutes. Crispy.
Do you like?
Crunchy. Cheesy.
Cheesy? Yeah, super crispy. I mean, the cool thing about it is like you're making crispy broccoli, roasted broccoli, in 10 minutes with no cleanup and not too much oil, which is definitely a bonus. Really great recipe, simple. For the fried plantains, I've got my yellow plantains here that are nice and ripe. I'm gonna peel the skin and remove the plantains and then just cut them up into little chunks. I gave them a quick spray in some canola oil and into the air fryer at 350 degrees.
So these have been cooking for 12 minutes. I'm gonna take them out, give them just a quick smash, and then go for the double fry, the twice fried plantain. The plantains are smashed. Alex, give them a spray. Just another lubrication. All right, and I think, you know what? I don't wanna burn them, so let's just do 350, like 8 minutes. See what that does. All right, so plantain give those a little salt. Those look pretty good. Those look almost deep fried to me. A little more dry, but we'll do the taste test.
Kind of as I expected, a little more dry than if you deep fried them,
Yeah.
but not bad, right?
Yeah, and the insides are like soft.
Inside soft, outside.
The outside isn't as crispy, but it's so good.
For the kale chips, I first washed the kale and removed it from the stalks. And then I added some salt, a little bit of pepper, some grapeseed oil, and then some nutritional yeast to give it a nice cheesy flavor. And really worked that into the kale, gave it a nice massage. And once the kale was dressed, I put it into the air fryer and gave it a nice low and slow cook.
All right, so for this one, I want to go low and slow, kind of like the beef jerky, and do more of a dehydration. So I'm going to go all the way down. Same with the beef jerky, I'm going to go to 180. Set it for 20 minutes and then we'll check it. Wow. Crispy.
Damn. First of all, really good. A lot easier to make than in the oven. A lot easier. The recipe in the booklet said to cook it at a higher temperature, but the 180, really, really good. That was an air fryer marathon right there, but I am very impressed. I think we pushed that thing to the limit and it performed really well. Really great crispy results, but also just even cooking. Really impressed by the even cooking. Like when it comes to the browning of the apple pie and those buns, they came out so great. Almost better results than the oven. So I will definitely be continuing to put that thing to good use, especially, you know, when I'm in a bind, which of course we all are as home cooks. We live busy lives, and an air fryer is definitely a pro home cooks approved item.